Okay, in this tutorial we're going to look at some of these calculations, doing functions for, say for example, a circumference of a circle, an area of a circle and an area of a rectangle. So the first thing that we'll need to do is actually, let's do the circumference of a circle. The circumference of a circle is worked out by doing 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r, which is the radius. So the first thing is we're going to draw a number 3, just enter the radius of your circle. We can then print the circumference of your circle is, comma, and this time we're going to call circumference, and we'll pass to it number 3. So that's the variable that we're passing into our function called circumference. We've closed the bracket twice here, once for the number and once for the print function. At the top then we're going to have to define our function. So we'll do def to define, and this one is called circumference. And in this case we're going to pull in number 3 as our radius. I know that the circumference, which I'm just going to call circumference, it's best not to call our functions the same as our variables here. So I'm just going to call this circumference 1 equals 2 times r times math.pi, and that will give us 2 times r times pi. 2r pi or 2 pi r is the circumference. Then we need to return the circumference as such. So what should happen now then, let's just comment out this first one so we don't see that, we're just focusing on number 3. If we run our program, it'll ask us the radius of our circle, let's say it's 9, and then it should give us something around the region of 18 times 3, so it's going to be less than 60. Okay, r is not defined. So let's go back to this then. So what we've done here is we've used the mathematical r, and that means that in here actually we need to use radius, because that's what we're passing in, 2 times radius times math.pi. So we just need to check those out. Press OK. Let's run it again. Let's go for 9. And this time it comes through as 56. So the circumference of your circle is 56.5, and it goes on slightly as well. You could round that to 2 decimal places or a decimal place just by actually putting in circumference of number, or in here we could do equals the round of this, comma 2, and if we run this now and we ask for 9, it will give us the same thing to 2 decimal places. Okay, so your task now is to try and do the same, but this time for area of a circle, so it's math.pi times by the radius squared, and when we do a square root we do multiply 2. So in this case it's asterisk 2 in order to do squared. Other things which I've asked you to calculate then, aside from the area of a circle, are area of a triangle, volume of a cube, and you can also try volume of a cylinder as well. Key things to remember are, when we're doing pi, we do need to use math.pi because the module is called math. I hope that all makes sense. Do ask each other for help as we go along, and this will be excellent practice for functions, so when you go to your test next week I should be seeing plenty of you using functions where you've got procedures which repeat themselves frequently and where you want to pass something into a function. Likewise, I should be seeing people using try and except. If you don't really know how to use try and except, then I'd recommend that you go to the programming tutorials in here, R-Drive Computing Tutorials Programming, and you'll need to be looking at, for try and except, tutorial 18. And that's it.